selected as one of the top 150 members for the Women's Pro Baseball League. Let me paint a picture for you. It was 2010 and the Giants won the World Series. And my parents turned on the game because I'm originally from the Bay Area. They said they'd never seen a kid with ADHD sit still for that long. And I looked at my mom and said, I want to play that. And well, I was signed up for Little League soon after, and I was playing with guys, and I loved it. Soon so many people asked, when am I going to switch to softball? And the boys started throwing harder, and just to test me, and I had to prove that I belonged there on the baseball fields. But I love the game, maybe because it was hard. If any of you guys have seen the movie League of Their Own, Tom Hanks said, it's supposed to be hard. If it weren't hard, everyone would do it. That's what makes it great. The first time I learned about women's baseball was through a nonprofit called Baseball for All. Playing with other women opened my eyes to what was possible. I started going to every event I could, and I even became a junior captain for the organization. My next goal was to play in college. I got a few offers on the East Coast to play softball, but baseball really had my heart, and I wanted to stay close to family as a California girl. So I decided to attend Cal Poly for academic reasons, and I wanted to start my own team. So I started everything from scratch, the paperwork, the recruiting, the social media, finances, you name it. But slowly we started gaining players, and in 2024 we attended the Baseball for All College Club Championships in Compton, played against teams like Berkeley, USC, UW, Davis, and we got second place that year. And then we came back this year in 2025 and won the championship. So this August, 3 of my teammates and me were invited to Washington, D.C. for the Women's Pro Baseball League tryouts. And there was about 600 women there total trying out from like 10 different countries. So the first part of the tryouts was pretty intense. It was warm-ups, timed runs, infield, outfield, live BP, that kind of thing. And then that night we went back to the hotel and local CJ Silas was the MC there and she spoke. And then Justine Siegel, the founder, also spoke at the reception that night. CJ and I were texting like every night, updating each other because of everything that was going on. We were both following our dreams, and it was crazy. The next day, I started on the mound for the tryouts because I got emailed that I made the first round of cuts. Unfortunately, I was the only one from the Cal Poly squad that made the cuts. And I started on the mound, and then I got hit up the first baseline and made a good catch in the outfield. I left everything I had out on the fields that day. And then that night, my friends and I from Poly were at the local women's sports bar just watching the Dodgers-Padres game, and I got the email. I had made it through the second round of cuts to play in Nationals Park the next day. We screamed, celebrated, and then I had to rush back to the hotel to get my draft photos taken. They should have a photo of the draft photos. But even though my teammates weren't playing anymore, that next day when we went to Nationals Park, they came with me and they supported me, and that meant the world, having people by my side. Walking out of the locker room from that field, I thought, wow, I could really be a pro ball player. That was the closest that I have come to fulfilling my childhood dream than ever before. And this whole experience has been so unforgettable. I couldn't have made it this far without so many amazing people in my life. CJ Silas really helped me build confidence and get those connections. Dean Trainer and Nico from the Slow Blues here let me train with the guys over the summer and give me private pitching and hitting lessons to prepare for the tryouts. Shannon Stevens, our club advisor at Cal Poly, he doesn't just advise, he comes and hits us ground balls and supports us in every way he can at practice. And of course, my teammates. They trained me, supported me, and cheered for me even when I didn't make the cut. They're like family. And then The WPBL draft takes place this upcoming November, the very beginning, and the host cities are LA, SF, Boston, and New York. So right now I'm preparing to graduate and transfer leadership of the Cal Poly Women's Baseball Club, and we're gearing up for our 2025-26 season, and that means we got to fund uniforms, rentals, umpires, field costs, that kind of thing. So I'll put up a QR code to our Venmo. If anyone is able to donate, anything helps. We're just trying to total nonprofit here. We don't get a lot of funding. And I'll also link my socials up here if anyone wants to follow my journey. So thank you for having me here this morning, and thanks for supporting women's baseball.